We recently got some news regarding what's been happening in Ashes of Creation. Now, if you've been keeping up, you'll know that Phase 2.5 probably had the worst start out of all of the phases so far. But things are being changed and we're heading in the right direction, which is what the community is looking for. I do think that this cycle can get tiring, but it is nice to see action being taken on these things and things changing overall for the better. So we're back, we did some grinding, we hit level 12, and I guess I ended off in Highwayman Hills. Highwayman Hills is pretty fun. At the time of this recording, servers are now staying open until the 27th, which is after Memorial Day, which is a huge win. Can't complain, we love that. Like I said, I've been taking this grinding period fairly slow just because we still have 2.5 months until we get to phase 3. I'm in no rush to hit 25, especially with the way things have been going. I'm in my casual era. Here's the thing though. So what I wanted to bring up, some of the people were in the Ashes community talking about the bans. Obviously, we know the RMT's been going on, the leveling, all that stuff that's been crazy. These past few weeks, that's been going on. And we eventually got a response from Steven. Steven says, the first ban wave of about 28 identified hackers is in place with today's downtime. More will come tomorrow. This was May 18th, tomorrow being May 19th. So at the time of this recording, which is May 19th, we haven't gotten the more will come, right? Maybe it'll drop Wednesday or maybe even Thursday. Who knows? Not too sure when it's gonna drop. But this is what I am talking about, and I think, I can't even say I think, I know people are gassed about this, because this is exactly what we're looking for. 28 identified folks. Now, I don't know if they were just like, they're looking at their computer screens and they're like, all right, who's hacking, who's hacking, who's hacking? And, you know, exclamation marks are going up. This person at B12 is hacking, get them out of here. I don't know how they identify people. Obviously, they have some system in place that's going to identify them, right? I think like most people, like I'm just happy. I think most people feel this way as well, but I think people just want something to be done, right? I think people don't want to feel as if,
What?
yo, you know, what? There's no way this guy just spawned. What? That's actually outrageous. What are we even on right now? Smack this guy. Absolutely not. That was actually egregious. What the? Anyway, man. How does this stuff even happen to me? This guy literally came out of nowhere, saw me getting on my horse and decided to mess around with me. We have stuff to do. Die. Now. Get out of here. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. So, people are just happy that things are happening. Action is being taken. Now, 28 doesn't sound like a massive number, but how many people are playing? And then on top of that, how many people are dumb enough to actually cheat during the alpha? And I don't think it would genuinely be that many, right? So with the more to come, I'm not expecting a bigger number. It could be a bigger number, but I'm not really expecting a bigger number. Look, man, honestly, I'm just happy that things are happening. Steven could drop another message and be like, yo, we got 13 more people, 12 more people. That's fine, let's get them out of here. This brings me to my next point, and this is gonna be the bulk of it all right here. So you have people saying, right? Again, we know 28 people have been banned. We know that there is more to come. What do these people want, brother? What? Please, look at how much health he took from my horse. What? Please. Listen. Please leave me alone. Come on, brother. You have the bulk of it, and listen. People are in the Discord talking about name them. People are like, yo, we want names. We want the guilds that they're in. We want their social security number. We want their address. We want their favorite food. Listen, people take this Ashes stuff seriously, man. And of course, Steven's like, look, nah, it's not. I'm not going to do that. You know, doxing happens. So I'm just trying to avoid the smoke, right? Get them out of here. And I think that, let me stop when I say this. That is the appropriate thing for the mature adult to do. Just ban them. move on. Don't worry about the doxing. But I will say this, we are playing an MMO. This is the best time to be toxic. This is the best time. They did something wrong. Now, I'm not saying I am for public execution, but I am saying if I'm walking by, I might stop and see what's happening. That's all that I'm saying. So, I mean, look, all jokes aside, you can't be mad if Intrepid decides to drop the names. Straight up. If they're like, yo, SticQeno was caught doing this, that, and the third, you have to be ready for whatever comes along with that. I really do believe that. I think that if you're gonna sit here, the best way to say this is mess around and find out, right? For a lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? And mess around and find out. So I think that if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna cheat and you're gonna potentially ruin this entire experience for a lot of people, dude, I think that, look, you can't be mad if they decide to drop the information. That's how I look at it, honestly. I'm not calling for a public execution, but people genuinely should not be mad when people react to what they did in a way that they see fit. You understand what I'm saying? So if you come on here and you're like, hey, Q, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you're the third. You expect me to react in a rational way, you're out of your freaking mind. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say I would react in a irrational way, but what I'm saying is you can't be upset if people choose to do so. That's really how I look at it, right? I mean, if it was up to me, we would all live in a... Why are they attacking my horse? Bro, I am right here. What did the horse do to you? Dude, this is actually outrageous. I don't even know where these guys are coming from. Can I get my flowers? Why are we doing this? This guy's family hates him. Oh my gosh, dude. Leave me alone. You can't expect grace. That's it, man. You cannot expect grace, especially when you're doing something. If we're really looking at the bigger picture, what these people are doing with the exploiting, you're putting people's jobs at stake, right? And maybe it's really not that deep, but dog, someone's job could be at stake. You're messing with the integrity of the game. You know, you could be putting people's jobs at stake. You're ruining the experience for a ton of people. Intrepid needs as many people as they can get to test the game so we can have a good game. So if you're doing something that's going to impact that negatively, draining the players, you're hurting the overall health of the game. And the craziest thing about all of this is that these people understand that, which is so crazy. They understand this. They understand that their actions are hurting the game. And it's like, I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Because, and look, this happens in every MMO. You have people that just want to get ahead. They feel accomplished because they hit a level before someone, or they have something someone else doesn't have. But I don't understand. And I've said this many a time where it's, why do this? You're excited for the game. We're excited for the game. Let's be excited for the game together. They do these things. They hurt the game. They know it's gonna hurt the game. And then on top of that, it's just like, it's just selfish. It's really selfish. That's the best way to put it. It is just selfish. I do think the bans are a good thing though. Like I said, I think if we can get the bans going on a consistent level, and maybe this is asking too much, I'm not too sure, but I would like for these things, obviously, like everyone else, including the Intrepid staff, for these things not to happen, you know, because obviously it's a freaking, bro, it's a vibe killer. It's a morale killer, all of that stuff. You know, a lot of people don't want to play because of, you know, the exploiting. As long as we can get a real nice solid grasp on these things, if we can get ahead of this now and almost ensure phase 3 launches, I'm not going to say without exploits, because I believe it's still going to have exploits the way things have been going. But if we can make it a much smoother experience, we'll be lit. Again, because that's the last phase that we're going to get before the betas. Phase 3 is the beginning of the end. So I think we just keep this going. Let's keep kicking these people out. If y'all decide to name drop them, you know what I mean? I might, like I said, I might walk past the crowd. I might walk past the public execution. I might stop. I might slow down. You know what I'm saying? And I might look to see who's being executed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Either way, though, the game's moving in a direction it should be moving, which is what matters the most, right? And I think that's exactly what we should be focusing on. This was a very necessary action. And like I said, it raised the morale of the community. So we want to keep seeing more stuff like this happen. You want to keep that player base happy, especially the people that have been testing throughout these phases, dealing with these issues, right? That's all you got. Anyway, man, what are your thoughts on the Ashes of Creation bans? Let your boy know in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.